platform. These all things are going to be provided by these service providers, right? Service providers are going to be providing these all things in this PAAS. Right? Coming to the coming to this SaaS, software as a service. Here, customer no need to worry. Directly, they can use this all services. Okay, means directly they are whatever the applications are there, whatever the apps are there, they are downloading and they are utilizing the services. They are not going to be worrying about what kind of application is there, who are supporting, okay, which data they have put, okay, what is the front end and what is the back end. Here customer is not going to be worrying about these all things. These all things are going to be controlled and managed by this service providers, right? So this is the third layer. This layer belongs to the user or the end users, we can say end users. Mainly here simply, for example, Gmail app, Facebook, okay, whatever the apps we are downloading, okay, without installation of anything, support of any other software, just we are installing that application and we are going to be using, right? So we have discussed the example also for that, right? So we have discussed one business example, one pizza example, and one more which example we have discussed. So these all examples you remember, right? So this is about asthma, right? As now we are going to see about this SaaS, software as a service. Till now, any doubts you can ask. Otherwise, I will continue the last topic. Otherwise, I will repeat this topic, ma. Platform as a service. Once again, platform as a service. Whatever I am saying, just you remember that all things. This subject is very easy, ma. Right? So, platform has a service. Mainly, it is the second layer in the cloud. Okay, this platform has a service. This layer belongs to the developers, right? So here it is going to be allowing all the end users, developers to develop and deploy their applications either online or by using some virtual development platforms, right? So these all things are going to be controlled and managed by whom? Service providers, right? So platform has a service. This layer belongs to the developers, right, who are going to be deploy their application or the website or whatever they want to deploy, right? They want to check the code, okay, whatever the output testing, everything. Okay, at that time, the service provider is providing different platforms to the users, right? Example also, example like whenever I in my laptop I don't have any C software or Java software, but I have code. I have implemented one code. Now I want to deploy and I want to check what is the output. So what I will be doing, ma? Directly I will go into this browser. Okay, I am checking for the online softwares. Okay, in that I am pasting my code. Okay, and running that. So simply what it will be doing, it will be giving the output. With that we can check the what is the output and what is the problem. Okay, like that means without any installation of software also here in online we can run our applications or the websites. Okay, so these all things are going to be controlled and managed by these service providers, right? So this platform has a service. Mainly it will be allowing all the online applications or by using some virtual development platforms also, right? So most of the applications developed by whatever the applications have been developed, some traditional, okay, some traditional development platforms will be there and results in a licensing based softwares. So this PAAS, what it will be doing, whatever we have took that license from license softwares and install our system, right? Whatever the updates are there, again for that again we need to buy purchase that license software and we have to install. These all things are avoided by this platform as a service. Whatever the new updates are there, whatever the software requirements are there, that everything they only do the updates, they only manage, they only control. Simply what we are doing, we are utilizing that application, right? So here PaaS providers are providing the development platforms for all the end users from the data centers, and developers can consume the services over the internet. Whatever the services are there, they have to utilize with the help of the internet only, right? So that is platform as a service. In this platform as a service, so this platform has a service. Here consumers are there, means developers will be there, end users will be there, and here providers will be there. Okay, from different locations, different providers will be there. They are going to be controlling and managing these all virtual machines. See in the diagram, they are going to be updating all the softwares and updates and everything here. So what happened means, whenever the developer want to develop or test or want to run anything, okay, this virtual machine is going to be providing to this virtualization layer. With the help of this, here we are getting these all things, means we can do a testing, or we can develop any code, or we can deploy. Okay, we can use any tools from here, and this load balancing, it will be controlling n number of the users and providing some services to the users, right? Load balancing layer. So here in this platform has a service, these all things are going to be controlled and managed by this PaaS providers. PaaS providers are going to be controlling and managing, and they are going to be providing the services to the users, right? So in any language we can write the code, and we according to that we can select the software or the tools, and we can deploy in the cloud, okay, or with the help of the internet only. So mainly it will be reducing the complexity of like buying the license, installing in our machine, and buying the memory. These all are unnecessary things for us, right? So we should not bother about these all things whenever we are approaching to this platform as a service. Simply we have to focus on the code, how the code has been written, what the things have to do. Okay, we are not going to be wasting our time on buying the license, investing money on that. Okay, installing in our system, is that the software is working properly or not. These all things are unnecessary things for developers and the users. Simply they are focusing on the code and utilizing the tools, okay, databases, testing tools according to their need and the requirement. They are going to be selecting the tools and applications, right? So this platform has a service is providing the four main services. One is the programming languages, second one is the application framework, and the third one is the database and other tools, right? So these are the four main services provided by these service providers in this platform as a service. Programming languages. Yes, so the first service is programming languages. So these programming languages, mainly they are going to be provided by whom? These PaaS providers. Okay, so they are providing all the programming languages. To whom they are providing? For developers, they are providing all the programming languages. Like what are the, like what they are going to be providing languages like Java, Perl, PHP, C, Python, Scala, many whatever the programming languages you need and require, that all languages they are going to be providing, right? They are going to be providing by this PaaS providers. So the first service is programming languages, right? And the second one, application frameworks, right? So these application frameworks, mainly here whenever the developers are going to be deploy any code, okay, before deploying the code, if they need any templates or any that things also they are going to be providing. Just we have to include some, we can do some changes, small changes in that, and we can deploy that application. Means that frameworks or templates they are going to be providing to the developers, right? So some popular application frameworks providers are like Node.js, Rails, Rails, Joomla, WordPress, Django. So mainly they are these all they are all the providers who are providing the frameworks, ma. Okay, templates whenever we are developing any application, that things also they are providing. So for example, in companies also, whenever the project has been arrived means, okay, whenever the project has been arrived means, first they will be do the analysis, what kind of a project is there, is that requirements are there in previous projects or not. Okay, they will doing they are doing some small changes and updating with few a few lines of codes in that, and again they will be deploying. Okay, means that kind of a frameworks, mean that kind of a templates also they are going to be providing, right? So that is the second service. And the third service, database. Okay, database means, so whenever we are running our application or storing, definitely we need some database, right? Whenever we are communicating with the database storage or with any tool, whenever I want to store some applications, that time definitely we need some database, right? So whenever I am deploying my code in some online compiler, now I want to check the output temporarily, where it will be storing the data, in some database they are going to be storing. So here application needs to communicate with the database. Definitely whatever the application code or the programming, they need to communicate with this database, right? So it will be a tool for every application. This database is a tool for every application. Whenever we are deploying or running anything, first of all it have to communicate to this database, then only we can deploy or we can check our outputs, right? So the main popular PaaS providers are there like ClearDB, okay, Clear Database one, PostgreSQL, right, and Membase, MongoDB. Okay, so these are the database providers, ma. They are going to be providing some database to the users. According to that, they are going to be utilizing, right? And the fourth service is other tools. So these other tools means providers are providing all the tools, ma, that are required to develop, test, and deploy on applications. Okay, whenever they need to develop anything, it is providing some platform, or developer or the user want to do any testing means, it is going to be providing the testing tools. Okay, or if I have done everything, now I want to deploy my application into the cloud also, that support also will be going to be provided by these PaaS providers, right? So other tools. So these are the four main services provided by this PaaS PaaS services. Okay, platform has a services, right? And characteristics. So we are having the characteristics for every application, for every service. There are some characteristics, pros and cons, right? So the first characteristics, okay, all in one, right? All in one means, here all in one means PaaS providers they are offering some services. Okay, for whom it is providing the services, means for all the developers and users. Users can either do a development, right, either access the code, either test the code, either deploy the code, either he can host the application or maintain the application in the same id. Okay, these all services are going to be offered by these PaaS providers, right? So additionally, many services also provided by these programming languages, right? So frameworks, databases, and other some development related tools also they are going to be providing, right? Some development tools also they are going to be providing to the users, right? So we are saying that all-in-one is also one of the characteristic for this platform as a service. Means here the developers or the users can do a test, can deploy the application, can host the application, can use the same ID, right? That's why we are saying it is all in one, right? And the second one, web access to the development platform. Web access to the development platform. So here, whenever the users or the developers are accessing to the different platforms in online, how we are accessing? Do we are installing any softwares in our system? No, right? So directly in our browser, we are selecting the software, means without any installation of any ID. Here we are going to be using some machines, right? So developers means without any installation in the developers machine. Here we are going to be deploying our code and testing our output, right? So web access to the development platform. So here we are going to be using the web user interface, right? Developers can get some access for the development platforms, right? So web user interface, it is helping to the developers to create, modify, to do a test, or to deploy the different applications on the same platform. So web access to the development platform is simply remember one point, without any installation of any software in our own machine, we are going to be we are going to be using the applications, okay, but with the help of internet, okay. Next, offline access, right? So offline access without internet connection, development can't access to the PaaS services. So in this case, developers have to work offline, right? At that time, unable to enable the services in offline, some of the PaaS providers are allowing the developers to synchronize their local ID with the PaaS services, and they can utilize the services, right? So developers can develop an application locally, right? Locally, he can develop the application. Okay, he can write the code locally and deploy it online whenever they are connected to the internet, right? Means in Word or in anything, I can write my code whenever the internet connection is there. At that time, I can deploy online and can check the, right? So offline access, some of the service providers are going to be providing that services. So offline access, right? So built-in scalability. Next characteristic is built-in scalability. It is very difficult to enable the dynamic scalability for any applications. And applications developed using some traditional development platforms, means like whatever our very difficult to expect that all things maintaining by you, right? So here past providers will be providing all built-in scalability to all the applications so that he can develop, okay, by using some any particular platform as a service, and it ensures that application is capable of handling variety loads efficiently or not. Okay, so it will be ensuring, it is whenever the scalability is increasing or decreasing, it will be handling all the loads, and according to that, it will be providing the services to the users. And next characteristics, collaborative platform. Already we discussed, right? So our company is there, one of the company, okay, for one project they are working, some different teams are working on that from different locations. Okay, for them also it will be providing some collaboration platforms. Okay, from different locations they can access, and they can develop their code and deploy their code, right? So like in company, whoever are working from different location, Hyderabad or Bangalore or Chennai, right? Any from different location, but they are working for the same project. They can develop their applications locally, right? So they can set the rules for all the projects. Okay, they can do a planning and they can communicate with each other. So collaborative platforms also it will be providing, right? And the last characteristic is diverse client tools. So this PAAS providers client tools to help the developers. Mainly PAAS providers are the client tools. Mainly they are going to be helping all the developers and users. So this client tools means whatever the tools are there means like command line interface, web command line interface, web user interface, REST API, and IDE, integrated development environment. These tools, okay, from these tools they are going to be, these all are the client tools. So developer can choose any client tools and can develop that code and that applications, okay. They can manage and control, they can deploy the code in that, okay. They can use these all client tools. So these are the 6 characteristics of platform as a service, right? Next, what are the suitabilities and non-suitabilities, right? Suitabilities means when to use this platform as a service, when not to use. Okay, whenever we are working on the same project but from different location, at that time we can use, okay, collaborative development will be there. And automated testing and deployment, right? So automated testing means individually, we have discussed one example also here, automated testing and deployment, right? So whenever we have done with our project, now it's time for testing. Okay, for testing it will be taking lot of time. So what we are doing, whenever we are doing a logout, okay, at that time we are uploading all our projects in one of the tool will be there, QTP load runner. In that we are uploading our projects. Okay, it will be checking and doing all the test and raising all the errors and the bugs and making it has a tags and providing a mails, means automatically without involvement of the human being. Whenever the person who are working in the company, what they will be doing is same thing, they will be uploading their projects in that, and they will again come in the morning and they will identify all the what are the issues has been raised, what are the bugs they have identified. These all things they will identify, and again they will be sending to the users, means automated testing and deployment will be there. And next, the means అలాంటి వాళ్ళకి సూట్ అవుతుంది. Time to market, okay. Time to market means here whatever the changes are going to be done, okay. Means for example, we have purchased one mobile, okay. Today I have purchased one mobile, but within 2 to 3 days again few updates it has been changed and released one more product. Means how the changes has been done, okay. Means depend upon the customer reviews and feedbacks, it will be collecting all things. According to that they are going to be updating some small things in that and releasing as a new versions, right? So they are using some agile developments, okay, iterative and incremental development methodologies they are going to be following. But they are using the best option for all the application development is that is agile development methodologies. Okay, agile development methodologies means first, they are developing one product and releasing immediately and collecting the reviews and the feedback. And what they are doing, they are adding all that features in that, again releasing it as a new version. Simultaneous customers ki satisfy చేస్తున్నారు, right? Market according to the market ni product అనేది release చేస్తున్నారు. Means immediately they are going to be providing all the services, right? So the software vendors wants their applications to be in market as soon as possible. అలాంటి వాళ్ళకు కూడా ఇది best option, right? Time to market. So for these 3 things it will be suitable PAAS, right? And the non-suitability means frequent application migration. So frequent application migration means here I have hosted my application. See in the diagram, no? Here I have hosted my application. Here these are the providers, okay. They are from different locations, they are going to be controlling and managing, okay. Now I have shifted to some other place, okay. So now I want to do a migration into the another. So immediately Means these are the major problems for these PaaS services like vendor lock-ins. Means they are going to be following their own standards, their own languages. Okay, it is not common for all. అది ఎలా డెవలప్ చేశారు, ఎలా మెయింటైన్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఎవరిది వాళ్ళది వాళ్ళకి ఇండివిజువల్ గా సెపరేట్ గా ఉంటుంది. అదే నేను వేరే దాంట్లోకి మైగ్రేట్ అవుతాను అంటే సడన్ గా ఎవ్రీథింగ్ మీన్స్ చేంజెస్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు డూ, ఆల్ ద చేంజెస్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ఫ్రమ్ టాప్ టు బాటమ్. సో ఇట్ విల్ బి మీన్స్ అలాంటి వాళ్ళకు పాసిబుల్ కాదు. నేను ఊరికే చేంజ్ చేస్తాను, ఈ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ నుంచి ఆ ప్లాట్ఫామ్కి వెళ్తా అంటే ఈ పాస్ ప్రొవైడర్స్ అనేది వాళ్ళ యొక్క కమ్యూనికేషన్స్ అనేది ప్రాపర్ గా మెయింటైన్ చేయరు, ఎవరిది వాళ్ళది ఇండివిజువల్ గా ఉంటుంది. సో దే ఆర్ vendor lock-ins. Okay, PaaS services are vendor lock-ins. These vendor lock-ins are the major problems. These are the major problems. And the second one is customization at the infrastructure level. Okay, ఏదైతే వాళ్ళు ప్లాట్ఫామ్స్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ టూల్స్ పంపిస్తున్నారో అప్పుడు మనం అది తీసుకొని కానీ యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకుంటాం కానీ దాన్ని మనం నా అకార్డింగ్ టు నాకు ఈ చేంజెస్ కావాలి, నేను ఈ చేంజెస్ పెట్టుకుంటా, నాకు ఈ ట్యాబ్ కావాలి, నాకు ఈ ఐకాన్ యాడ్ అవ్వాలి అనేది ఉండదు. జస్ట్ వాట్ వీఆర్ డూయింగ్, వీఆర్ టేకింగ్ దట్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అండ్ డిప్లాయింగ్ అవర్ కోడ్ అండ్ టెస్టింగ్, రైట్? సో అలాంటి వాళ్ళకు కూడా సూట్ అవ్వదు. మీన్స్ కస్టమైజేషన్ అట్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ లెవెల్ ఈస్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్, రైట్? వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇన్ అవర్ మొబైల్స్ వీఆర్ డౌన్లోడింగ్ సమ్ అప్లికేషన్స్, సమ్ యాప్స్. ఓకే, నాకు కన్వీనియంట్ గా నేను ఇలా చేంజ్ చేసుకుంటాను నా యాప్ కి అంటే ఈజ్ ఇట్ పాసిబుల్? నో, రైట్? సో అలాంటి కస్టమైజేషన్స్ కావాలి అంటే వాళ్ళకి ఇది సూట్ కాదు. Okay, customization at infrastructure level for them it is not suitable, right? And next, third one, flexibility at platform level. Flexibility means template based applications will be there. Okay, mainly they are going to be providing some template based applications where all the different programming languages, databases and message queues are predefined. Okay, predefined will be there. It will be advantage for the generic application. Means here, for example, if I am using one application or services, for example take the code tantra or any, in that they have developed one software or the applications. In that, if they have developed that, we have to put that starting letter as a capital letter or we should not give any space in that between that. Okay, some conditions they are going to be putting. Okay, means according to that we have to follow. నాకు ఫ్లెక్సిబుల్ గా ఉండాలి, ఓకే, నాకు ఇలా అన్ని స్మాల్స్ లోనే రావాలి అనేది అలాంటి వాళ్ళకి కూడా ఇది ఫ్లెక్సిబిలిటీ అనేది ఉండదు, రైట్? ఫర్ దెమ్ ఆల్సో ఇట్ విల్ బి నాట్ సూటబుల్. అండ్ ద లాస్ట్ వన్, ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ విత్ ఆన్ ప్రిమిస్ అప్లికేషన్, right? So a company use some PaaS services for some set of applications, and for some set of applications they have used some on-premise platforms, right? So since many PaaS services use their own technologies to define their applications or stack, okay, it may not match with that on-premise application stacks. So it will be a difficult when they integrate their application or hosted their application in on-premises platforms. Okay, it will be very difficult in on-premise platform and PaaS platforms. So this is about the suitabilities and non-suitabilities, right? And pros and cons, what are the advantages and disadvantages? So obviously what will be the advantages, ma? Quick development and deployment, right? If we are having our code, we can deploy in that and we can check our output immediately, right? And reduce this total cost, right? So here we can reduce the total cost. Ownership means personal license కొనుక్కొని దాన్ని మెయింటైన్ చేసి అప్డేట్ చేసి ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసి సపోర్టెడ్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్స్ వేసుకొని చేయాలన్నా, so these all things it will be reducing, and cost also it will be reducing, right? So that is the second advantage. And the third advantage, supports agile software development, right? So here what they are doing, as we discussed in time to market. So they are what they are doing, collecting all the feedbacks and issues. Again, with that feedbacks and with that reviews, they are going to be developing the new products. Means here it will be supporting that and releasing the new project, right? Time to market will be there. Okay, so that is the one of the advantage. Next, different teams can work together as collaborative. Collaborative platforms will be provided for the different location users who are working on the same platform, okay, but from different location with same company. For them, it will be providing collaborative platforms to the users. So that is the advantage. And ease of use, right? So whatever the applications, whatever the softwares we are utilizing, either a online or offline, every application and the software, it is easy to access and easy to understand. Anyone can access, right? Anyone can access. We are not taking any training for that, okay? No one are going to be explaining how to use, what to use, where to use. Simply whenever we are accessing our mobile applications or any service, easily we can accessing the application, okay? So that much free to use, that all applications will be there. That is one of the advantage, right? And next, less maintenance overhead. Obviously, here just we are having some Korma. Next, we have to deploy the code, do the testing, output, everything. Means who are going to be maintaining and controlling? Here, these service providers, everything their headache. We are not going to be bothering about that. Any resources konala, any license softwares konala, దీనికి update చేయాలా, దీనికి softwares front end పెట్టుకోవాలా, back end పెట్టుకోవాలా. We are not worrying about these all things, right? So less maintenance will be there. Every headache will be for the service provider only. Just whatever we are using the services, for that only we are paying, right? That is the one advantage. And the last one is the produces scalable application, right? Produces scalable application means if I am accessing to the C compiler at a time, n number of users also can access to that. Or otherwise I have installed Gmail app in my mobile. ఓకే, నేను ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకున్నా, మీరు ఎవరు చేసుకోవద్దు, వర్క్ అవ్వదు అనేది అలాంటివి ఏమి ఉండవు, రైట్? ఎవ్రీ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ బి ఏ scalable and it will be providing for n number of the users same kind of the application. So that is the advantage. Next, coming for the disadvantages, ma. Vendor lock-in. So when this issue is going to be raising, ma, whenever I want to migrate one from one application to the another, one platform service providers, whoever the providers are there, from one provider to the another provider, whenever I am migrating my application, at that time it will be raising some vendor lock-ins. Means vendor lock-in means they are going to be developing their applications and services according to their own. They are not going to be following any standard rules and standard codes for that. Every provider is having their different ideas, right? So vendor lock-ins will be there. So that will be the main problem whenever we want to do a migration, right? And security issues. Obviously, security issue is a drawback in that, right? And less flexibility, ma. Yes, while this less flexibility, okay, I can't do any customization, okay, at my infrastructure level, whatever we have discussed in this non-suitabilities, it can be comes in that, okay? I can't do some customization, I can't do a migration, okay, flexibility, okay, these all things will be comes here, less flexibility will be there. And mainly here, remember one thing, every service will be depends on the internet connection. If anything happened to this internet connection, we are unable to access the services. So this is the drawback for this PAAS, right? So these are the advantages and disadvantages, right? And the last one, summary for the popular PAAS providers. PAAS providers are going to be providing, means who are going to be providing, okay? Cloud Foundry, Google App Engine, Heroku, Microsoft Windows Azure, Okay, so this cloud foundry, they are having some license, open source. Okay, they are going to be providing the services to other users for whom? For the public clouds. Okay, they are going to be supporting the languages like Python, PHP, Java, okay, Scala, and Ruby, right? And supported frameworks will be there. These all frameworks they are going to be supporting. And supported database for this cloud foundry means some few vendors they are going to be providing these kind of a services ma. So developers what they will be doing means according to their need and the criteria they are going to be selecting this providers and they are going to be utilizing their services in that, right? They are going to be hosting their applications in that, right? So I need a database MongoDB, so I am going to be approaching for this cloud foundry. It is a open source or private. Okay, everyone will be providing few of the services here. Also data MongoDB will be there. So according to that means it is we have to check which type of a model. Private అయితే కాస్ట్ ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, పబ్లిక్ అయితే ఇట్స్ ఫ్రీ ఆఫ్ కాస్ట్ బట్ నో సెక్యూరిటీ విల్ బి దేర్. ఓకే, గ్యారంటీ అనేది ఉండదు. ప్రైవేట్ మీన్స్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ అవర్ ఓన్. We are only the responsibles means according to my need and the criteria here I am going to be selecting these providers and utilizing the services. Okay, these are all the PAAS providers, right? These all are the PAAS providers. So till now, any doubt?